another car of great interest, Speedway, sport and race cars.
In 1936, Albany was the first mainland town in Australia to host a round the houses car race. The event was run over a road course of about 2.5 miles, 4 kilometres, and as the name suggests, the circuit was laid out through the middle of the town. The original event included a Grand Prix for bicycles and the Albany Tourist Trophy for cars. The event was highly successful, attracting crowds in excess of 10,000 spectators, continued in this format for nearly 30 years. In 1991, the Vintage Sports Car Club and the now City of Albany joined forces to recreate the event for cars. The Albany Classic, as it is now known, has run successfully each year since and has become one of Albany's icon events. The Albany Classic is a 2-day event and is traditionally held over the June long weekend each year. The event encompasses a Hillclimb at Mount Clarence on Saturday and the Round the Houses reenactment on Sunday. These days, a wide variety of historic category vehicles compete against the clock in a trial of regularity. Entry to Round the Houses is restricted to historic category vehicles only, with entry to the Mount Clarence Hillclimb open to a broader range of cars. In 2007, a new Hillclimb event was added, the Wind Farm, which is a very fast 1.2 kilometre event that tests your best in driving skills and finishes at the very famous Albany Wind Farm. The Albany Classic runs over a modified shorter course than the original 1930s races and is a time trial rather than an all-out motor race. We can have a look at the two classic circuits to start with. The first one is the current classic circuit that they're using, which basically means they actually use the other side of the island there. They run down York Street and we turn right Grey Street. Run along Grey Street here and then turn left down into Collins Street. And there's a nice little run down here to Peel Place. Along here straight through over York Street. And then we got Aberdeen Street. And then they head up the hill here. Aberdeen Street, they turn left into Serpentine Road. And back into York Street. So that's the current short circuit. So now let's see if I can do the long circuit without making any mistakes. So again, I ran down the Grey Street. So far we're on the old circuit. This time they ran all the way along to Parade Street. Here they did a lefty. All the way down to Festing Street, Sterling Terrace. And heck the lefty into Sterling Terrace. Right through here.
Railway crossing.
along Stirling Terrace. Then they would turn up into Spencer Street. Straight along until they got to Grey Street. You can imagine what these roads were like back in those days. Wouldn't have been all the trees, but... So they get to Grey Street, and then down to Aberdeen Street. Right-hand turn, right up to the end of Aberdeen Street. Now, up at the end, in those days, there was a primary school where St Ellerslie, St Ensley Drive goes off to the left. That was a school where the ABC buildings are and everything. That was part of the school. And where the car park is in there, that was part of Middleton Road. So this used to go right up to the very end. So another 200 metres on, and then they would turn left. That left would come back just on the other side of those ABC buildings and everything. They come out where that road's coming out on the right hand side there now, little driveway, and back into Middleton Road. And that was the long course, the original course. And when I arrived in town in 1960, they didn't have a race that year, and the 1961 race was washed out. I don't recall that, but it was washed out, according to the records. So it must have been the case. But 1962 and 1963, there were races. In 1964, again, it was washed out, and there was never any races again after that. Now, they were races, actual races. They were out for the trophy, so to speak. The Albany Classic, as it happens now, is a time trial. So we'll go down and have a look at the course as it was when I came here in the 1960s. Now, where that station is on the right there, or that building is on the right, that's Vine Street. Once upon a time, that used to go all the way through. It's now cut off. But we will show you where the track went. So back then, the cars used to assemble down here at Centennial Oval. There were the big buildings and everything along the side of the road here. The road was open, it wasn't a two-lane road as it is now. So they would start down here. The road in those days was full width, and there were gutters on the other side. Come up to this corner here. And they would turn back. Steep road. Then they would come straight down here. And here the road would run straight into Vine Street. As you can see, that's all shut off now. So they would come up here and then straight up past the old cemetery. Righto, let's go and get on the correct track again. So where that vehicle's parked on the right there, that's where Stead Road came out onto here, onto Vine Street. Then you continue up the top of the hill. I remember standing up the top there, watching an E-type Jag come up over the hill, just floated over the top of the hill. With a hot little Mini Cooper S, Ted Lyle's Mini Cooper S in hot pursuit. That went straight through. And they would come down here, and at the corner used to be Percy Spencer's garage on the corner, old school garage. They'll sell coffee in there. And they'd turn left around here. Again, keeping in mind that the posts and everything had hay bales around them, and there were deep gutters on either side of the road. There were, of course, no roundabouts and that sort of thing back in those days. There's this little dog leg here on Campbell Road. Get down here to North Road. That tree certainly wasn't there. There's actually a little dog leg in there where that tree is actually. That's another story. And then they would drive along North Road. And then left back into Lockyer Avenue. And that's a lap of the 1960s circuit. Now, from what I can make out, this is the TT motorcycle circuit they set up in the 50s and the 60s. Just before my time. So we would drive down, you drive down Middleton Road, and you turn up Hay Street. And turn left into Hare Street. Certainly before my time, because we lived in Hare Street right there next door when we first came here. And I never saw any motorbikes racing past then. Also lived in Nelson Street, and we're going up there shortly. I never went racing past there either. Come to Sussex Street. Across down here to McLeod Street. Where that Ocean paddock is, that used to be a Red Shaw's grocery store. He was into TQs, and he used to always have a TQ sitting in a trailer on that corner. We used to call it TQ corner for some reason. Now they come up here. Left here into Nelson Street. Now it's along here that we have a difference of opinion, well, a difference of remembrance, I suppose you could say, as to where the track actually went from here. I got it from a website that it went right down to Campbell Road. One of the guys used to ride bikes and that sort of thing in the day, seems to think that they went down Bluff Street. these days you can't turn left down Bluff Street. So according to him, they would come down here, then go left down the hill there. According to the site where I got my information from, they went straight down here to Campbell Road. Then they turn left and up to Middleton Road. Now, had they come down Bluff Street, they would have come out of this road on the left, on Campbell Road, and then gone left. We'll come back to that in a moment. So now we're back at where they supposedly had the start line down here in Middleton Road. So let's go and reconstruct had they come down Bluff Street. So okay, had we come around into Bluff Street, they would have come down here, right into Coburn Road, and left into Campbell Road. So if we've got it right, that was the TT track for the bikes. Now they run another couple of events down here. They run a Rallysprint, which happens in March, I think it is. February, March, and they run a Hillclimb for the motorcycles, and that happens in November. Now, the Rallysprint and the Hillclimb both happen up around Marine Drive. So we'll take you up around that and just show you where they go. Now we're currently on Adelaide Crescent. Flinders Parade off to the left, and then Marine Drive up around to the right. So they close off to the left, just along there, and that is where they assemble everything and get everything ready, and then they do the run up the hill from here. And again, of course, hill climbs and rally sprints are timed. It's not side-by-side racing. And it would finish just up here. So that's the Rallysprint and the Hillclimb for the motorcycles. At the Easter road race meetings in the 60s, they used to do the Hillclimb up the side of Mount Clarence. And they'd start here and up the hill they would go. One of these trees right here was very bare back in those days. Road was nowhere near as good as this either. Markings on the road are for the hill trolleys for going down the hill. And they would race through here into the car park, the top of the hill. That was Hillclimb's 60 style. I'm not sure when they stopped doing that. There are two other sprint and hillclimb events in Albany. The Quaranup Sprint happened in conjunction with the Rallysprint in 2024, and the Wind Farm Hillclimb happens in conjunction with the Albany Classic. This is not a complete history of Albany road racing motorsport, nor does it pretend to be. Much of the information here has been gleaned from the Speedway and Road Race History website, which also has a section on Lost Tracks WA, which details many of the events discussed here in detail. I've also gleaned information from the Albany Vintage and Classic Motorcycle Club website. There have been contributions from competitors and spectators alike from back in the day. Unfortunately, the Albany Classic webpage is no more, but they do have a Facebook page. If you're into cars or motorcycles, classics, vintage, modified, custom, there is a car club near you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you might like to check out this video, or maybe browse this playlist. There are over 700 videos just like these on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when the next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button, comment, and feel free to share with your friends. Thanks for watching.